Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the OTB Open presented by the best disc on the market, MVP Discs. I might be biased. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.
We are watching Paige Pierce shred the course right now. She's 7 down through 9. Ella Hansen not far behind. Owen and Emily Beach definitely hanging in there in that top 5 area. We'll look at the scores to be more specific.
Yeah, look at this Paige, 6 birdies in a row. Ella, 5 birdies in a row. This is unheard of. They're making this course look easy. It's not, folks.
Owen and Emily 1 down. There's a lot of birdies still on the back to be had, though. Chase card ladies here to fight. Looking to try to get on the lead card for the last day. Maybe looking at some double digits today. It's trending that way. Hole 10 is a par 3, 347 feet. There is water all along the left with one skinny little land bridge that honestly a weird amount of discs land on. That highs are out. Like, it's impressive. I'd love that to have a count. Anyway, the water then wraps around behind the basket. Most common play is going to be to flex something as a right-handed backhand player out to the right and then let it fade. You see a lot of ladies land in circle 2 and then just lay up. It's a super risky putt. Emily Beach is going to have an interesting line on this one, I think. Probably a scary line.
A great shot by Paige up into circle 1, just outside the bullseye. Some added difficulties on this hole, an excess of honking. Goose family reunion in town on this lake.
The geese were going nuts today. Did you get an invitation to the reunion?
Yes, but I did not go.
Yeah, they were kind of wild.
I avoid those things.
Too much alcohol out there, probably. Ella has a really long roll after catching that last tree.
That was a very bizarre reaction.
Emily likely carrying the water the entire way.
So scary. Oh, no. Skips off the water.
Dang, I thought it made it for a second.
At the very least, she crossed over the land bridge, so she'll be able to take it from there.
Working the flex with the destroyer.
I almost did it at the same time as you.
I wish, dude. You should have kept going.
Yeah. She'll have another death putt. She had one yesterday, but she hit it. Let's see what she does here. Ella forced to almost throw a little short approach. Look at that touch. Smoothie cakes.
That is such an awkward forehand approach distance. I don't know about you, but I get there. I'm like, God, do I just light with my wrist? Do I throw it? And then
do I swing my arm?
It's something right in the middle and it never works.
Emily forced to just lay up and take a bogey.
Oh, let's go, Own. Yes.
It's like almost a mirror image of yesterday.
Kind of a maniac, and I love her.
I like how she's so good at just sneaking it over the cage on these death putts. Like, it's her move.
Paige to go 7 in a row. What's that called?
Oh, my gosh. I'm trying to think of another bird. An acorn woodpecker.
Great.
They're out there screaming all day. We're screaming for Paige here with 7 in a row. Ella ends her streak at 5. It's very unimpressive.
Yawn.
Yeah. Oh, man, these ladies are doing incredible things every week. Mind blown.
Emily with the bogey going to move back to even par for the round.
Paige kind of stretching her lead out right now with 3 strokes ahead of Ella in second place.
By even par, I meant 1 down for the round.
Another water carry on hole 11. 669 feet. It's about 250 to get over the water, but you want to get as much distance as possible to make this second shot a little more feasible. Some players attack the left side and take the low ceiling second shot, but it's really tough. You have to have a lot of power to get there. Some players will attack the right. We'll see both Ella and Paige go that way and then throw over the water again on their second shot. A little bit more of a risky, I guess, game plan, but they make it look easy.
Well, and what we've seen in previous years, that big tree you see in the background, the power shots used to land to the left a little bit more of that tree, and now they're going way right and throwing more of kind of a straight shot across.
Did y'all have the same tee pad last year here? Because 2 years ago we had a tee pad that was further back.
It was the same last year, I believe. Yeah,
2 years ago it was way more sketchy to cross, and you were barely making it over.
Yep. Own with the more typical, I mean, it was a sidearm, but kind of typical landing zone anyway. Just kind of showing how crazy far Paige's drive was. Ella, interestingly, going left side.
Yeah, she went right side yesterday, and I believe she got the birdie with it too, but going huge.
Yeah, it's a big shot. It's just kind of hard to get to the pin from that left side. Those trees are in the way. It's a low ceiling.
Yeah, I don't know if I think she maybe didn't turn it as much as she wanted.
Yeah. Emily with a starfire here. Nice little flexing shot.
You don't hear that mold listed very much.
Yeah.
Love that. This plate is the second most difficult hole of the day, and I think that's largely due in part to how tough it is to get to the green. Even distance players are going to struggle on this second shot because of all the branches and trees and just the general lack of ground play. There's lots of loose dirt from little moles or
Look at this little
ground
straight
squirrels.
Yeah, that's true. Look at this little straight shot from Paige. I mean, she ends up a little left, but it's crazy. Usually it's more like parallel with the water with like a hyzer at the end.
Yeah, you're having to
love it.
You're having to throw out and around and hope it comes back.
Yeah, such a cool play.
I like Emily's play here, a big hyzer. She's just a little bit too high, but that would have finished really nicely to the green.
Also, to rewind to Owen's play, she's just a master of angles and gets a really great skip and might even be in circle 2, which is really impressive for how far back she was.
Yeah, she's so good at putting a ton of spin on the disc as well, so it always does carry forward when she gets that flare skip.
Ella kind of in that circle 2 realm as well, maybe even outside.
Emily with a really nice looking approach shot towards the water for par. 62% of the field taking a par on this hole. Only 2 people parking the hole and 3 people getting to circle 1 in regulation for birdie.
Ella not messing around. That water does come up pretty quick behind the basket. Owen probably messing around. She loves to mess around. Oh, great run.
Paige for 7 in a row.
Isn't it 8?
Paige for 8 in a row.
Which is a... I'm not a bird guy. I don't know.
Should we move on to other animals? Oh my gosh.
8 in a row. I don't know.
Have
you seen 8 in a row before?
No, this has to be a historic birdie streak of some sort. I don't know what the longest one is. Leave it in the comments if you know. I'm sure Statmando is working up some magic with that as we speak.
Eight in a row. Wow.
She's on a mission.
Only birdie on the card as well.
And only 1 of 4 on the day.
Just really separating herself from most of the field here.
Ooh, look at that good form.
Got a 4-stroke lead over Ella.
And just like that, we had a 4-way tie, and now we have a 4-stroke lead.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hole 12 is a par 4 for us. It's a par 3 for MPO. It's 523 feet. You are laying up as close to the water's edge as you dare, then carrying the water. As soon as you attempt this water carry, the green plays as an island, and if you miss, there is a kind of a death putt drop zone in circle 2, putting right back at the water. Probably plays as one of the easiest holes, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it is the easiest hole of the day, with 50% of the field getting a birdie. Paige coming up close to that out of bounds line deep.
Really daring that water line with her buzz. She should have an easy time of it, hopefully, on the approach.
Oh, and getting a lot of distance as well off the tee. Probably looking at just 200 feet left to the pin.
Oh, this is so much power and width on this forehand.
I like that play. If you're going to go big, you need to push that left side so you don't go into the water.
She's definitely a little bit farther from the water line than you would like, though.
Emily also going to follow suit and go out to the left.
That's a massive shot. Echo Star Destroyer.
Ella looking at probably 250, maybe a little more than that. Just doing a spike hyzer.
Very spiky. Ooh.
Little palm tree was friendly.
Yeah, just a little high five and stays in bounds. Frond five.
Owen throwing a little spike into the green as well, buzzing the basket right outside the bullseye for her birdie. Paige just a standstill across the water.
Beautiful. For 9 in a row. Nuts.
9 in a row.
There's not even enough birds to keep going.
I know. Normally I can come up with them, but there have not been that many on the course besides just so many geese.
I mean, 9 in a
Do you
row
ever
is
get
just
tired?
a golden goose, you know?
Yeah.
Ella for her birdie. Good thing that big palm tree's not there anymore. She can just go over the little one. Great putt.
Looking at potentially another star frame here. Edge disc golf. Getting rich today. Wow.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, she gets the hardest hole of the day and then follows it up getting the easiest hole of the day. Gotta do both, folks.
9 in a row. Imagine what that feels like. Do you think she feels like she's floating a little bit?
Look at all the green.
A little lighter.
We've never seen that before.
It's full green.
She's done it.
Hole 13, 314 feet, and we start our little stretch of 3 par 3s in a row. You want to at least get a couple of these to feel like you're doing something right. I love this guarded green with these big, awesome looking oak trees. This is a pretty straight shot. You just want to throw something that carries straight and low and far and linear.
Paige doesn't look like she's sick of birdies yet.
Catches a tree and knocks down into circle 1.
That was a second run glow passion. Ellen turfs that one early. Ella's been going left side sidearm play with her swirly S-line cloudbreaker.
Not as wide as we saw yesterday, catching some cabbage on the way and getting knocked down pretty early.
Emily, I think she's lining up the middle. Well, I asked way too late. Lining up the middle.
Not quite getting to the circle, but she'll have a look from circle 2, maybe a little guarded. Own the best scrambler in the field. And she gets up to circle 1 with a look for her par save.
Ella with her own little chip shot. That stable. Is that a, do you know if that's a tactic maybe? Definitely a very stable.
I don't remember what it is.
Mid-range.
I just know that pink one is her super beefcake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Emily, good little run there.
Is this for double digits?
Yeah.
Paige for 10 in a row.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I did just get some information from our manager here. Statmando did say that Paige's 10 straight birdies today is the longest birdie streak we have on record, which didn't really start till 2021, but still in a major elite or silver series round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Another
10
news
down
flash.
through
Another
13.
another news flash here.
Wait.
Paige is a dime. That's top of the line.
Okay. All right. Let's flash that really big on the screen, please. She gives like a little like, ooh, that was left side. Oh, yeah. Obviously, she's 11 down because it was 10 in a row, but there was another one because math.
Yep. We still have 5 more holes, too. So there's still room for more birdies. Unreal.
Hole 14 is a par 3, 329 feet. You can take a big sidearm line, you can take it up the gap line, you can take it out to the right. There used to be a Mando, but now there's not. There's no real out of bounds. We saw Ella mess around with the roller in the practice round.
Paige gets a little sneaky. She'll be in circle 2 for number 11. Own going for the big sidearm up the left side. It's nice and wide open over there. So much spin on that disc. Unreal.
Yeah. She's going to have a putt from somewhere around circle's edge. Ella going out and around really high clips. Man, just the last branch was looking good.
Emily likely going that big left side route as well. Let's see if she can get some good ground play. She does.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That was a great shot. That was a Star Destroyer.
Oh, it says almost 25% of the field got to circle 1 in regulation. That's
sweet. Figuring it out.
Yeah, that's higher than I would have guessed.
Much higher than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Ella giving it a long run. Paige for birdie from circle 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dead center high.
I gotta apologize because I definitely spoiled that she was gonna miss that earlier, but I was so excited.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I mean, because I said her 10 in a row streak. So sorry, guys, but still so impressive. And congratulations, Paige. And
it was like a partial spoiler. I didn't even notice.
Everyone else did. Owen with a great putt there for her birdie.
Emily also getting some green on her scorecard as well.
Super smooth birdie putt. One of the few holes that kind of shapes up nicely for the left-handed play without adding too much extra distance. Paige coming back for a great par.
Ella settling for par as well. Yeah, look at that follow through. I just love it. I love it.
Elegant.
Yep, Paige 5 strokes ahead now.
Wow.
But the rest of our lead card holding on to those top 4 spots. Stacey Haas 7 down through 15 in her 5th place positioning. Hole 15, another great lefty hole. Not necessarily a ton out here, but this one is a definite advantage. Out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side with a water-filled ditch. There's this out of bounds green on the right-hand side, just about pin high. It doesn't quite come into play unless you really rip one over, maybe ricochet off a tree at the end of the flight. Forehand is the advantage here. Owen, unfortunately, low again on her tee shot.
Seems like that's kind of her mistake when she makes one, is just a little too flex, too low.
It's always on those distance shots when she's trying to really get some power. Emily just throwing a pretty straightforward hyzer shot. I have no idea where it went.
Wants to hit a tree.
This played as the 7th most difficult hole of the day.
Yeah, it's really tough to get a putt.
It sure is.
Paige with a soul, kind of flirting with that left side. Looks like it stayed safe, maybe just outside the circle.
Yeah, the OB is right on the edge of the grass line all the way down the fairway until right about the circle's edge, and it peters off a little bit into the woods, but it's still there. Just a little bit more room to work with. Ella, same problem as Own. Forehand checking up a little too early.
But she actually might even have a putt still, though. Made it most of the way there. Own just forced to lay up for her par. Does it perfectly. Wonder if that was a destroyer. I would guess it is.
Those little layups that she does are so out of control, in my opinion. Like, it's just like unabridged chaos.
Perfectly in control.
Yeah. It's like chaos dialed, and it doesn't make sense to me, but it works so often that I understand.
Just chaotic good.
Yeah.
If you're a D&D nerd. Emily just lays up outside the bullseye.
Ella in putting.
Yeah, that's a putt. Shoves a run.
Nice
It
bullseye.
looks farther. The camera adds 30 feet of distance.
Paige with the only birdie look on the card. Misses a little right side, but there's some room back there before you get to the out of bounds green. Only 2 people parked the hole, and only 6 people, I believe, got to circle 1 for birdie, with 45% of the field getting to circle 2. So almost half of the competitors.
Yeah, I mean, I am glad they shortened this one from last year. It used to be the MPO pin, but it's still a very demanding line.
Yeah, just that last little bit of uphill at the end is enough to make it almost impossible. You feel good about getting a putt on this one for sure. And it's almost kind of reckless to go for it because it's
Chaotic good.
Yeah, it's high risk, I guess I should say. Paige holding on to that 5-stroke lead. Stacy Haas 7 down through 15. Missy Gannon 6 down through 15. Cy 4 down through 15. So many birdies.
Hole 16 is a par 4, but only 491 feet. A lot of these ladies going to carry across the water on the first shot makes for a really easy birdie. We actually saw Ella and particularly Paige have somewhat of equal bids at it. We saw Own do the layup play, but still birdie it, which is super sick as well. It was actually a star frame yesterday. We'll see if Emily Beach can live up to your standards.
No. A sad red flag. Owen gets very aggressive on the layup and trickles in to the water.
Yeah, you do have to land really close to the water's edge on the layup to be able to attack for the birdie on the second shot. Emily with a star T-bird 3. Just scooches over.
Yeah, carries the water at the longest possible point while not going out of bounds.
The spotter loves it.
I think that wasn't what she was trying to do, but it worked out. Paige not getting nearly as aggressive with the tee shot. She floated it way more out to the right last time and got a big skip off the green to get to about 50 feet. Today, a little bit more of a safe shot right in the middle.
Yeah, just a nice, easy birdie look.
Ella putting a lot more height on it, trying to carry left and give herself a eagle look.
Risky, though.
Yeah, she's always flirting with that OB, but it works out.
Look at the flag spin. Think they practice? Own from this drop zone. It is possible to save par. She's carrying across an out-of-bounds green, needs to get a skip, and she does. And that's about as perfect as you can do that.
If you could like add up all the distance a disc got after the skip, I bet Own has the most in the field. She's just always playing the skip.
I would love for somebody to somehow measure that. Listen up, Statmanda. We got a job for you guys.
You're not going to like it.
Paige just playing catch at the beach, basically.
Ella in Eagle Land jump putting.
So that's a putt, but her forehand wasn't. Make up your mind. It's the same distance.
Own to save par with the OB stroke. That's
what a save.
So impressive.
Yeah, that feels good from there. Definitely not an easy drop zone to save the par.
30% of the field getting birdies. Emily Beach, one of them.
Emily finding more birdies on this back nine.
Paige adding more green to her very green scorecard.
The greenest. Bogey free too. I mean, there's no room for bogeys when it's just all green all the time. Emily stoked she made it across. Ella's 7 down is so good, and it just looks pedestrian compared to Paige's 12. It's nuts.
It's so crazy. Hole 17 played as the most difficult hole of the day. A big hyzer off the tee should do you just fine. There's an OB green on the left-hand side. If you push too far, there's this out-of-bounds pond all the way down the right-hand side on the second half of the hole. Wraps around behind the basket as well. That OB line that's on the left-hand side pinches in towards the green as you get further down. The big deal here is to get as far as you can and as left as you can on this tee shot. It makes the second shot so much easier and so much less risky because you don't have to carry as far over the water.
Emily taking the left gap in a good spot. The biggest challenge of this hole, in my opinion, is the smell of all of the various meats they're cooking at the VIP area because you're so hungry at this time of the day.
Yeah. It's one of the longest courses we play all year, and there's a bunch of...
I think it's the longest.
Yep, and including all of the long walks between holes because they've redesigned a few times and they use all of the property. So you're walking a ton between holes, adding to that 9,000 blah, blah, blah feet that we play.
Yeah, and now you're hungry. All right, everyone has thrown shots while we were talking about that. Own working the flex.
Yeah, lots of room to work with.
And it's not bad on the right side as long as you get past those trees. It's just a little bit more of a water carry. But it's kind of nice because you can throw it right at the basket and like hyzer out.
I heard one of the tournament staff say that this course plays boring if there's no wind, and like I just have flashbacks of years past where we're playing this hole and it's just crushing
gale force.
Yeah, crushing intense wind, and you're just like barely getting your bogey and like thanking the Lord as you leave.
Right. It could have been worse.
Yeah, but look how calm it is today.
Owen looks like she gets two just outside the circle, I think. Emily, not enough juice.
Yeah, we'll see where she crossed in last. It looks like it was way short of the peninsula that the basket's on.
Oh, that wasn't Owen. Wow. Okay. So I was distracted. This is Owen.
Yep.
Look at all that skip action.
Circle's edge.
Oh, that's what I said she was going to do. It's like I knew.
Fortune teller Erika is back. She
Uh-huh.
has joined.
Yeah, she's paying attention. So the other one by process of elimination was Ella, who has a putt.
Paige so far and so straight that she brings a tree into play that's not really in play.
Yeah.
Usually.
She did crush that drive. I mean, to get all the way up into that green is so far.
Emily has to throw another approach shot to the green. She executes it really well just outside the bullseye.
Yeah, even that shot can get a little nervy. Oh, like you said, I mean, usually the wind is just ripping and you're like, oh, God. Paige gives it a floaty bid. Well done. You don't usually see those floaty looks from Paige.
The out of bounds comes up real close on this one, and you can get a little roll as well. You can see Ella just laying up, not trying to get crazy. This played is the most difficult hole because 43% of the field with a bogey or worse,
Yes, own.
but not own.
Emily gonna take the bogey with the out of bounds stroke.
It's a well-oiled machine going from serious own to fun own.
Yeah.
She just is
Do you
so
think there's
effortlessly.
Any other emotions or modes, or do you think that's
No, that's
kind
it.
of the only?
Maybe like sleeping own.
Okay,
That's
all right,
all.
that makes sense. Checks out.
Because we know eating own
Is fun own. Yeah. Taxes own is serious own.
Own the only birdie on the very difficult hole 17.
And Own having a great round of her own, gets to 6 down, just birdieing every couple and just plugging away, killing it. And finishing up with hole 18. It's par 4, 589 feet. You want to get as far as you can to this corner because it is quite a bit of a carry through. You don't really land in this little keyhole area, the like lane leading up to the green. You need to get all the way there. If you land too far left off the tee, it really lengthens the shot. So you want to finish right. Forehand is a great play, or taking one of the gaps on the right side, or a backhand turnover. Actually, this one shapes up really great for Emily as well.
I was trying to come up with a name to call this approach, and I came up with Lollipop, but I like Keyhole much better.
Yeah.
Keyhole sounds much more professional.
Okay, I like Lollipop better because that's who I am. Wow, Paige, that looks like a really slow speed disc. Oh, it's her soul.
Unfortunately, she's going to be a little pinched, but she might be able to do a little patent pending out. We'll see how aggressive she chooses to be on her second shot.
Yeah, Owen did make it to the corner and will have a chance to go for it if she chooses.
Ella catches that one of those big trees. I did not see what direction she kicked.
Kind of looked like it might have just dropped. It's going to be risky from there,
But doable.
but possible.
Emily, lefty, doesn't have like necessarily a great gap to work with, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing she was going for the left side.
I think left side and then
Trying to
hyzering
hyzer.
at the end is probably the play. It seems like it would be.
Yep.
And she's in a pretty terrible spot, but that looks like a great out.
Yep. Really nice
And that,
layup right to the mouth of the keyhole.
yep, the old keyhole mouth.
This plate is the third most difficult hole of the day. Almost 40% of the field taking bogeys.
Ella looking like she's going for it.
She's got the skills. She's got the distance.
She's got the moxie.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That was so
Wow.
good.
I wonder. I mean, that's about a 340-ish foot forehand.
In pure hyzer.
Pure hyzer. Like,
And that's to go 8 down, too. Just baller.
and Ella just gets hyped. Did you see her?
She should be hyped.
I would
That
be.
was sweet.
Paige forced to just lay up, and why not? I mean, when you're having this much of a round, you can afford to give up one birdie.
I guess.
Wow.
Owen definitely lining it up as well. For her, what do you think? It's like probably 300 to get inbounds?
Yep. Maybe probably 300 to the pin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just maybe.
Yeah. 310 maybe tops.
Yeah, yeah. And she throws a little hyzer right into circle one. Emily probably closer to 280.
Really nice floaty approach shot. She's going to be in the bullseye for par. Paige's third. One final fierce shot of the round. Bogey-free 12 down. Longest birdie streak in recorded history. Dang, girl.
Wow. That time off must have been well spent. She's coming back looking stronger than ever. Own with a strong finish herself. Is that another 7 down?
Yeah, back to back.
Wow. This is also Ella for 7 down, back to back.
No, Ella for 8.
8. Okay. Not too shabby.
Owen really trying not to mess with Ella's putt there. The classic, I'm not doing anything.
I don't exist. I will not bother anyone. Ella,
Yes.
8 down.
Such solid playing today. And Emily finding some struggles, but still ending up 3 down with that par. And I believe she holds on to that lead card spot. We'll see in a second. Dang, Paige.
Wow.
So much green.
Paige is 12 down, unofficially rated at 1033 right now.
Amazing.
Yep, one of the highest FPO rated rounds we've seen in a while.
It's going to be the same lead card going into the third day. We've seen this a couple of times now this year.
Katrina Allen, Stacey Haas, Maria Oliva, and Missy Gannon all over 5 strokes over par. Look at
Maria 9 down. She
Yeah.
jumped like 15 spots, did it say?
And I
Something
think
like
that
that?
was with a bogey too.
Wow.
Yep. Everyone fighting into the top 10 is like at least 500 today. No big deal. Top 20, you got to be at least 2 under or right around even par total. So playing clean out here is the name of the game, as it is every week. A little bit more of a spread as we get into the bottom half of the field. We have one more day. We're supposed to have almost the exact same conditions.
Yep.
No wind, but hot. So we're happy that we're early.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening to us talk about disc golf.
And various birds.
And doing our best out here. We have one more round tomorrow. We'll see you then. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese. Honk.